Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
All good. Yeah. How are you?
Yeah, I'm well. I just finished watching Jeopardy.
And who won? Is it the celebrity
Some
one?
no, some it was a regular guy. Yeah, he was great.
Oh, awesome. Awesome. Well, I appreciate your time. Thank you. I always say that at the beginning of every interview, and I keep telling myself not to say that, but thank you. I appreciate your time.
Well, I appreciate your time. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. Um, it's been 27 years. You guys are back, and with a new album that came out on July 10th, The Darkness, the Dread, the Disease. Oh, no, The Darkness, the Dread, the
Suffering.
Suffering.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you. It came out July 10th. How has that been received so far?
Uh, yeah, it's been received really well. A lot of people have gotten in touch in our DMs just to either say, "Oh my God, the new album is great," or "Oh my God, like I normally don't like when bands get back together all those years later because their stuff isn't that good, but wow, this is awesome." So yeah, just a lot of stuff like that, which I'm very stoked about.
Yeah, no, I talked to a couple of people and I listened to the album and it's harder and it's bigger. And I think that it's been received, the people I talked with said it's been received really well. And they're looking forward to when you guys finally start touring.
We'll see.
Yeah, it's probably a little bit wild, but who came up with the title, The Darkness, the Dread, the Suffering?
I did.
You did?
Yeah. So when we were talking about lyrics, and see, I leave all that stuff to Shane because I'm not a lyricist. But he was like, well, tell me what you want to tell me what the basic vibe is. I sent him the photography that we used, and I said, it's basically like it's dark, it's kind of it's dreadful, it's like trying to imply suffering.
Mhm.
And it was just kind of like, yeah, the darkness, the dread, the suffering, and it made a lot of sense because I was going through a lot of stuff on my own that I couldn't really sort of make public, and it kind of felt like that. It kind of felt like I was going through some darkness there. Yeah. So
And music heals, and I think that regardless of what the issue is, if that's how you get that's your outlet, that's something that you needed. And so it's absolutely appropriate. And it's the sign of the times too. Right now, life is kind of shitty sometimes. So it's
yeah.
nice to have people be able to commiserate or understand and kind of relate to the words and to the music. So
Yeah, I mean, ultimately for me, it's not about languishing or hanging around in darkness or misery for very long, but it's about recognizing that you kind of have to go through it in order to move on. So,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. And I think that that's kind of part of what I heard when I was listening to the album was you move through it to get through it, and it shows that there might be hope on the other side. So,
Yeah, 100%.
oh, good. I'm still learning how to review stuff, so I thought, but that is kind of the take I got on it. So, I'm glad I wasn't too far off. So that's awesome. Now, people have said it's a lot harder than the previous albums. Was that intentional? Did you guys want to progress in that area? I know you've been gone for 27 years for, I'm sure, various reasons, but what made you guys come back, and was that what you wanted to have it portrayed as being harder?
So yeah, so I came up with the idea. I was talking to Trev. Trev and I've been playing in bands since 1994 or 95, and just always he's sort of my guitar brother. So we were talking about it, and I was like, "Hey, what do you think about the idea?" And I told him, I said, "I'm going to be moving back to the area, likely to go to grad school. And what do you think about the idea of starting up Spread the Disease again?" And he was like, "Oh, do you think that's okay or whatever?" And I said, "Yeah, I think so." And I talked to Ben, who's the singer for Spread the Disease, and Ben he signed off on it, said,
Like,
"Have fun, do your thing." He's obviously in another place or whatever. And yeah, we decided to do it because both of us still write in that same way.
mm-hmm.
And we've been playing music in other areas, but not so intensely because I went back to school, got a degree, and so I hadn't been putting a lot of time in. Before that, I was a licensed plumber, so I had done the whole work world thing. So um, when we decided to do it, it was basically like, okay, if we're going to do it, it has to be good. Like, first of all, there's no messing around. In our original incarnation of as a band, we weren't the tightest band, but we were fun. We wanted to have a lot of fun. We joked around a lot, and that sort of came out in the music, I think. But this time around, it was important for us to be tight, tight, tight. It was important for us to write songs and write music in general that was a little bit more focused, rather than all over the place with like a thousand riffs here and there.
Yeah.
Like sort of focused, and their songwriting be really clever. And also the intensity came from this notion I had of me. So I don't listen to a lot of metal anymore. I listen to mostly jazz. But I'll tell you, there's the one thing that I have had missing in my life was this impending sense of something being so overwhelmingly intense, that it sort of puts your hair standing on the back of your neck or whatever. And because I don't listen to music like that anymore, I it was like a personal thing for me to try and make music like that to see if
Yeah.
I still had it in me. It was like an experiment.
And
So
it was successful. It was definitely successful. So, and you said Shane does most of the writing. Who does most of the music? Compiling, putting the music
that's
together.
yeah. Trev and I did wrote all the music and all the songs,
Yeah.
essentially, and Shane did all of the lyrics and the vocals. So yeah.
So you wrote the music.
Hmm.
You are in grad school for, I'm going
Yeah.
to ask for what, because that's the question I have, because I have a son getting ready to go off to college, so I'm trying to figure out
Yeah.
what path he should go. And then I also heard that you have done a lot of album artwork, which is something I'm slightly obsessed with. So let's start with, okay, grad school. What are
Yeah.
you doing for grad school?
So I went back to do my bachelor's degree in fine arts.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
And what is your preferred medium? Is it painting,
It's
music?
printmaking.
Printmaking. Okay. I
Yeah.
did find your site.
Oh, you did?
Oh,
Okay.
I did. Yeah. And I want to know, I got to find, I wrote it down. I need to know when there's something that's sold out. Um, non-normal spirit machine art book.
Yes.
I want that, but it's sold out. So I need to know when that's coming back too. So that's an important question. It's very deep. I do deep questions in my interviews. So
Okay. Amazing.
I need to know when that comes back out. But also, it sounds like you're busy. You're doing the artwork. You're composing the music. You're going to grad school. And you said you still had time to revamp the band. Has it been fruitful for you? Have you enjoyed being back as the band, or has it been stressful?
Oh no, no stress at all. One of the things that we talked about in a conversation and I say we, I mean Trevor and myself. One of the things we talked about was it has to be fun. If
Yeah,
it's stressful, I'm not doing it.
yeah,
I'm literally at that point in my life where I'm just not going to do it.
yeah.
I mean, that's
I
part of
don't
the
blame
reason.
you.
Yeah, that's part of the reason why I quit my career in plumbing. I'm like, oh, I'm just done. I'm
Yeah,
not doing that.
yeah. There's
So,
a lot of people I know that have done that. Because I'm like, we're done with the business, corporate, whatever world, and we're going to move
yep,
forward with something more creative. And I think that
100%.
people like yourself have to go through that because your art is more important than your plumbing. And so your skills as a plumber, I'm sure, are great, but what you do for us and providing us music that we can connect with, I think is far more important, at least for me. So I appreciate it.
Thank you.
So the Sure. So the album was out July 10th. It's been received warmly. We're not sure about touring anytime soon.
Yeah, so now, well, no, touring is definitely not going to happen in the near future. Like I said, everybody's like either got families or careers or doing their thing.
Mhm.
I'm going now off to grad school. I start in September, so I'll be really busy. However, we'll be playing shows in Ontario, Montreal. Hopefully we'll get some stuff. Hopefully we'll try and get on the circuit for festivals and stuff in the States and Europe. Those are the goals.
Yeah.
But we've been away from the game for so long that we're not really like tapped in. So it's just a matter of us getting tapped back into that whole thing again and making it happen. So
Yeah. And it's nice because you don't have that stress of you have to get it done. Everybody seems to be on the same page with we'll do it in steps and not stress out too much about it.
no,
So
if I'm being stressed out, there's something wrong, and we need to do something differently.
absolutely. Now, where can people get this album?
Yeah, if you go to Hypethral Bandcamp, it's Hypeaetral bandcamp.com. They have like a whole bunch of our past records on there, plus the new one. We haven't on our own Bandcamp, we have not uploaded the new record yet because we want people to go to the Hypethral site just to direct traffic there for the purposes of making sure he sells out this pressing, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, don't you can go to our Bandcamp for the past releases, but the new one is not up yet. So definitely go to Hypethral if you want digital copies. So yeah.
Okay. Okay, great. And my usual question I ask, which is the boring one, is how did you get involved in music back in the 90s in the first place? What brought you to do this?
Oh wow. I mean, you know, how far back can we go? I was like a punk kid, right? I went to my first punk show in like '88 or something, and then and then I was always listening to metal, Iron Maiden, etc. So I think that just led me to the hardcore. Hardcore led me to doing my starting my own bands, putting on my own shows, and of course, because I had always listened to metal, it was just a natural extension to basically play metallic hardcore. And it's just with Spread the Disease, we really didn't want to play what was normal at the time, which was like hardcore that was influenced by Slayer, for example.
Hmm.
What we really wanted to do was more hardcore that had like the sort of more darker edge to it, like black metal.
Hmm.
Um, how did I get involved in music? I would just say like I'm not the most proficient guitar player, but I've always been good enough to be able to do what we've set out to do. It was me listening to what was it? It was me listening to a Judge record and me like borrowing a friend's guitar and figuring out. I was like, oh, this is pretty easy. I mean, the music is not the most difficult, but I love that record, and I started to learn how to play guitar from the Judge record.
That's
Um,
awesome.
yeah.
And then who did you reach out to create the band in the 90s? Was it who was the
Yes.
first person you reached out to?
So at the time, I was in a band before that called New Day Rising, and New Day Rising had broken up, and we had started. I had started a band called Acrid, which I did not last long in. I quit very quickly. They went on to do a bunch of stuff, and then I was in a band. We were called Carenza, and from that band Carenza, it was a bad. We were a bad band. It was not good. And so what we did in Carenza, we essentially added another guy, which was Ben in Carenza, switched instruments around a little bit, and started Spread the Disease. So Spread the Disease was started from an existing band already.
Okay. I like the
Yeah.
fact that the acronym is STD and it's spread the disease. That made me
I
laugh.
know.
Was that intentional or is that just my weird brain?
I can't remember what it was. Probably, knowing those guys, they're such jokers. Knowing those guys, they were like, "What if we just call ourselves Spread the Disease?" Like they, I don't know. It likely it came from a joke for sure. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, I can't pin it down and say this is exactly how it came about,
Yeah.
but it's probably a joke. It probably came from a joke. And then of course we all automatically we knew that it was there was a an Anthrax record called Spreading the Disease. Of
Hmm.
course,
Yeah. Yeah.
we weren't trying to rip off Anthrax or anything, but yeah, I think it came from a joke.
Yeah. That's funny.
Likely Trevor came up with it because he's just like that. So, yeah.
Yeah, that's funny. You mentioned Iron Maiden earlier. The artwork, or I mentioned it, the artwork is one of my favorites, and Derek Riggs, I think, is phenomenal. So I was like wondering if that was an influence for you on the art side of it, the album artwork, or did you have any influences that led you to do artwork?
Artwork myself in my
Yeah,
own.
for yourself in
uh,
general, and then for album artwork too.
So funny. I've done so with album artwork. I've done a couple records. I did the Omen Oster record. I did the artwork for the New Day Rising stuff that's coming out soon. A bunch of things. But when it comes to this particular record, I just wanted it to be dark. Somebody who was a STD fan got in touch with us. He's from Germany, Church of Mui, he goes by. And he had some fantastic photographs and he offered them to us. I was like, yes, because it's amazing stuff.
Yeah.
But when it comes to my own work is inspired by experiences in meditation, experiences in non-dual, uh, essentially non-dual reality. And so all of that artwork on my Instagram, all of the circular stuff, all of the stuff that looks like it's trying to trip you out, that stuff comes from my practice in meditation. So
Oh
they
wow.
the music and the fine art stuff are basically separate, though I am trying to merge them a little bit more. So,
Well, if anybody can, it'll definitely be you. So
well,
I
thank
look
you.
forward to seeing what you can do with that. Um, so thank you. I appreciate your time. I'll make sure I get a link to the Bandcamp so that people can purchase the newest album, The Darkness, The Dread, The Suffering.
Yep.
And is there anything final words you want to leave all my millions of fans that listen to this?
You know what? If anyone checks this record out and really gives it a good listen, I'm just appreciative. Whether you buy the record or not, I'm appreciative. I'm also super appreciative, and I just got to say, of Chris from Hypethra Records, who has absolutely been a real saint, putting up with me and putting up with our expectations and delivering. And yeah, so I would just say I'm just like over and above appreciative of anyone who decides to dive into my creative output in any way, shape, or form. So I will say to all of your millions of listeners, thank you.
Well, we appreciate you. Thank you very much. And have a good day.
No, thank you.
All right. Take care.
Goodbye.
Bye.